we have to do everything, one day at a time, one play at a time, and we'll be all right.
You a little frustrated you got caught on that long run?
It's a fine. That's a fine in every room, too. It's just like, I was so mad. I ain't gonna lie. Like, he had an angle on me, but, like, I saw him. I was like, I'm going to outrun him. And he got my foot. Yeah, I was like, yeah, they got me. I saw my coach. He was just like, I was like, yeah, that sucked, man. But I'll get it back.
Bijan, this is your career high in receiving yards. What does that feel like to put up such a career game?
Yeah, man. I mean, that's what I like to do, man. Be an all-around player and do it in the run game, do it in the pass game, and that's why I'm here, man. And to show the gifts that God's given me on both sides, from running routes, being a receiver, to being a running back, like that's what I like to do, man. And it only helps his offense, and only helps his team, and for me to just get the ball in space, and it doesn't matter what it looks like that's what we love to do.
And then walk through that first touchdown, you were able to break tackles on that 14-yard run.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the will. That's the will run right there, man. Like, as soon as I saw, a crease, I broke a couple tackles, and the DB, he didn't have a chance and got in the end zone. So, for me, that's just those kind of big plays that you want for your team, and that's what, the momentum change and the drive setting, that's what we like to do.
Bijan, did you have any interaction with Zach and how that made it beneficial to you to have him on the sideline?
Yeah. I think Zach in the first half, at halftime, he was like, bro, like, I should have always been on the sideline. Like, and I was like, man, I agree. Because it's bigger than just, like, him being up there. Like, but, like, we can communicate with him. We can tell him how we feel, tell him what we see, and he can tell us what he sees. And, that's even me, like, on some of those route plays. And I was like, yo, Zach, like, how do you think I should attack this kind of zone or attack this kind of man? And he told me exactly how he saw it, and that's how we did it. And it worked out perfectly. So, it's really beneficial, I feel like, for having him on the sideline and having us to communicate with him as he can communicate with us. And, he can see everything on the field right there and feel that momentum. So it's great, man.
Any special plans for you for the bye week? Get out of town, get off the grid?
Man, I don't even know, bro. Like, I'll probably stay here, honestly. Yeah.
Cool. Appreciate you.
Like footwork?
No, man, like even with that drill, like, when we get to the field, like, I don't even know what I'm doing. But I'm glad that it translates to the field. And I'm glad that, like, all the drills that Coach Petrie, sets up for us. People think it's like revolutionary, but I'm like, that's just what we do every single day. Like, I know y'all see us, like, on the side, just having fun with it. But yeah, I'm glad that it translates to the field.
And I mean, Mike said in the preseason and training camp, this offense can be unstoppable. Was that it?
I don't even think that was it. I think we have so much more in the tank. Yeah, that was a great showing of what we can do, but there was even more little things that we could clean up so we could become, like, unstoppable. But for us, like, we gotta continue to stay humble, continue to stay consistent. Never get too big of a head, because you obviously see what can happen when you get too big of a head. You lose by 30, just like that. So, that's my job to keep this offense, down here and never get up here, because as soon as you start, hearing all the worship and all the praise from other people, like, that's when you get beat. So that's the biggest thing for me.
We've hit a lot of big moments today that you've had. How much fun were you having during today's game?
Oh yeah, a lot of fun. Like, that's why we're out here. We continue to have fun, continue to do things the right way. Then we can all be on the sideline, smiling, giving each other hugs, like, dapping up each other, like, because we're doing things right. And I feel like my coach said something last week. He said, execution is when you have fun. So when we execute, that's when we're on the sideline, like, enjoying each other and celebrating. So.
What did you think of Mike's response today?
It was great, man. Like, he was so calm and just cool. Like, kept his calm self. And he knew his assignments more. Everything he had to do, but the communication was on spot. Like, we had no issues with that. So, with that alone, like, that's a huge plus for us, and that's what we want to continue to do.
That jump cut on the touchdown, does that come from one of those Barry Sanders YouTube videos?
Yeah, man.
Who do you watch today? Do you remember it later?
I watch Barry Sanders again.
Okay.
Yeah, I stay pretty consistent. Like, I'm watching just all his moves, all his jukes, everything that he does, but that's what I do every single week, man.
Looks like him.
Oh, thank you.
Kyrie Irving or Barry Sanders, which is the more tape that you're watching?
Barry Sanders, man. Kyrie Cole, though. He's moving.
It was a hard one last week, but I think it was really good for us to really take the challenge that Raheem gave us, and then being able to score a lot of points, and freaking the defense and special teams, we ended up making plays, so it was good.
Can you take us through that big bruising run there at the end? What were you seeing there, throwing that shoulder there at the end?
Man, it was It was a look that we didn't expect, but we expected, kind of didn't expect, but we expected him to knife a lot, but he didn't really knife, so I had to give him a little stiff arm, and then shoot, one-on-one can't be denied, man. You know, I think it was just a mindset, just had to get in the paint, so I think it was really good. You know, good blocking by Chuck and the receivers as well, so it was awesome.
Taylor, how much was today an example of what you guys are trying to be on offense? Everybody getting the ball and spreading everything around.
Wait, say that again?
How much was today an example of what you guys want to be on offense?
Yeah, I think it was a great example. I think really just everyone feeding off each other, and then really just don't ride the roller coaster, just continue to just keep building these steps. And I think we're on the right way. We're on the right track.
Sorry, you took me to that last drive where you guys kind of bleed almost 7 minutes off the clock, kind of put the game away.
Was that actually 7 minutes?
It's just under.
Fire.
6:51.
Yeah, I think it was just a mindset. I think we all know, especially the O-line, we know that when we need to do that and it's time, we end up doing it. So I do think it was it's all just a mindset thing. So I think it was good.
Did you take anything away from Zach being on the field?
Wait, say that again?
Did you take anything away from Zach being on the field?
I mean, I guess it was.
Did you like it?
I guess it was good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think, just hearing the feedback and stuff, it was good. I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like, I guess that's more of a quarterback question. Yeah, I feel like obviously we see him and stuff, but
yeah,
I guess it was more of a quarterback question.
Bijan says he's getting fined for getting tackled. What's the fine?
Can I say that?
Yeah.
Is it like,
he said he's getting fined. Every room is going to fine him. So
man, see? We'll see what the fine could be. Okay. We'll see what the fine could be.
If you were in charge of the fines, what would it be?
Oh, I am in charge of the fines.
Oh.
But can't be disclosed.
What did you think about what you saw from Mike Penix, just kind of bouncing back from the week he had last week?
Yeah, no, I thought it was really good. Just building his confidence, just being able to sling it wherever he can. It was great blocking by the O-line. They killed it today. So I think it was just really good overall football by Mike, receivers, O-line, and running backs, and especially Bijan as well. So he killed it.
And then complementary football, just being able to kind of work off of each other, especially after the turnover that the offense had, and the defense kind of was able to bow up for you guys.
Yeah, man, that's what we strive to do. I think it was really good. And I think especially when B-Mix play, I'm feeding him to make a play, but obviously those little 2-yard, 3-yard gains end up being big ones towards the end of the game or throughout the game. So I think really just chipping away at it, don't do anything out of the blue, and then just complimenting each other. So it was good.
So I don't see a difference, but the thing that I do see a difference though is you get to see his face, you can see his demeanor, you can see our demeanor, and he's down there on the level of the field, so it does make a difference, yeah.
Raheem said he thinks this team responds to your energy particularly. Do you feel that in a game, and did you feel that today, the way you started the game?
I mean, yeah, there are some big plays that were made by Bijan and everybody else, but again, that's where I got to grow in my leadership role, I guess, if you want to say that. So if they're feeding off it, then that's great. That's the best thing.
Any validation that all four of the last four draft picks had a pretty big day today? Is this kind of what y'all envisioned when y'all came together?
Yeah, spread the wealth. That's what it is. It's simple. Everybody could get a touch. Everybody could, get a piece of the pie. So it was good.
Like, what can a win like this in the game that you guys played, where there's a bunch of you guys getting the ball, sharing the wealth like you're talking about, what can that do for your confidence as a group moving forward?
Everything. It can mean the world to a lot of people. It meant the world to me today. Everybody making plays that may not be shown in the public eye, but it's bringing Tyler free. It's bringing KP free, whatever, Bijan, me, you know what I'm saying? Like pass blocking, all that stuff. So it does wonders.
How badly do you feel like you personally needed a game like today?
I don't really like to talk about my personal stuff like that, but it did feel good, I'll say that.
The center fielder there, catching that one, what was the impact you feel that had on the game?
Yeah, I mean, just think it's a momentum swing. They were in scoring territory, so just getting that ball, taking the ball away, giving it back to our offense is a good momentum swing.
How big is it going to be going into the bye week off a win like this?
Yeah, it's big. After last week, we were, pretty down about that win, about that loss. So just make sure we got a win before we take a little break is very, very, very key.
What are you going to take away from this one in terms of, all right, here are some steps forward we took that we can continue to build on when y'all get back to it?
Yeah, I think it's an improvement on the little things. Just clean up the mistakes, make sure, what we did the last couple of weeks is not showing up again. I think we did a good job of cleaning up our mistakes and playing better this week.
2-2 overall in the season. Kind of like a quarter through the year. How would you assess the team so far?
Yeah, I mean, kind of like I just said, just making sure we're cleaning up everything. It's not going to be perfect, especially this early on in the season. You know, I'm still learning along the way. Everybody else is still learning along the way. So just making sure we're getting better each week.
Good front, and we get that many attempts running the ball and trying to wear them down, and I think it added up and helped.
Could you discuss Bijan and Tyler's runs today? They were going all day, 17 and 16 carries.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that was the hope. When those runs were called, we made the most of it, and so kept going back to it. And you know, that's awesome for an offensive lineman to keep mixing it up like that. And then when we had to throw the ball, I think, man, Mike did a great job hanging in there, making great reads and getting the ball out. And as an offense, obviously still stuff to improve, but man, just a really good way to bounce back after last week and you know, get that bad feeling out of here.
What do you see from Mike this week, just in being able to respond after last week?
Yeah, the thing with Mike is, man, he's going to be calm and collected regardless of the situation. So after a big win, he's coming in with a great attitude, working hard. And then obviously with the disappointing loss, he didn't skip a beat. He came in, was a professional, came back to work, and you know, you got to respect a guy like that. That he doesn't, you know, fluctuate up and down and try to reach and try to do too much. He's just a consummate pro, and the way he handled himself all week, I think, was a big reason why he played so well today.
Yeah, Raheem said that basically Zach Robinson, you know, moving down the sidelines. Did you have any interaction with him, and just in terms of the communication or helping out, or is that more just the tactics and
being able to talk to him was good. He come walk by the other line on the sideline. Yeah, he was in it. I think he got hit by a guy coming off the sideline one play and got knocked down. I saw him get up and fix his headset because he got rocked. But no, it was good to have him down there, and I think that helped too.
And you know, those moments are gut checks. You gotta, you know, look yourself in the mirror as an individual, as a team, and we did that. We came out here and shout out to the Commanders. They're a very good team. I know they're a little banged up, but they threw all the punches they had at us, and we were able to keep bouncing back, keep putting points on the board, and get those stops when we needed them most, and got the win. So it was a big bounce back week.
Talking about those stops, Kaden, you had a big sack and a big quarterback pressure in the win. How big were those when you think about this big win for the team? Yeah, big time. You know, anytime you can get after the quarterback, it just affects the game, you know, in huge ways, because it alternates, you know, the quarterback's mindset. It obviously is a big stop on that play, and you know, puts a little pressure on them moving forward. It's one of the areas, you know, getting up the quarterback is one of those areas that a defense can really put the pressure on an offense and make them react to you. So when you can get those plays, and especially earlier in the game, it helps you out.
What can you say about the complementary football today?
Yeah.
Just turnovers, you guys were able to bow up after the offense had a turnover, hold to a field goal. Just complementary football on both sides.
Yeah, it was big time. You know, obviously anytime your brother's struggling, pick him up, and anytime he's rolling, let's just help him keep rolling. So we were able to keep the offense on the field a lot. I saw the time of possession was highly in our favor. Loved the way they were running the ball, loved the explosive plays that they were able to hit. Then when we needed to help them out, we did, and vice versa. When, you know, there were a couple times we let them score, and our offense went right down the field and scored, and it was great.
Right, I feel like there's still a lot of progress to do, but I feel like being there, able to play and being able to be a part of the game and adjust to the speed, I feel like it slowed down a lot better, so much, and just put me on the right mind.
Do you find yourself looking up and seeing the Bijan touchdown run and watching those plays? Does that fire you guys up?
Yeah, it puts good momentum on the field. Of course, be able to see him score the touchdown and get into the touchdown, that brings the defense like, okay, let's go get a stop, get the ball back, get back on the field, and you know, keep running up score.
Last thing for you, man, for me is you get the week off. What do you do? Do you ask the veterans what you should do? Do you just totally get away? Are you working on your own? Like, what are you going to do for this week?
Right, you know, I have my own schedule for my bye week. Been doing bye weeks since last year in Georgia. You know, we had 2 bye weeks, so it was kind of convenient. But you know, I'm gonna utilize, you know, rest and recovery. You know, just checking with the family. You know, it's going to be a long season. You know, just be able to connect with the guys as well.
The first 2 weeks we did a really good job of showing that we can be a really good team in this league. And last week we didn't play well, and it's a great way to respond today for sure.
What's the feeling going to the bye week with a big W there?
Yeah, it's a big win. You know, it's almost like a gotta have it type of game before we go into our bye week. And then we got a big primetime game coming back. So we need our fans. We need the whole city to come out and support us, and because we're going to get hot. I know we will.
It was great. I think it was just a testament to our belief in ourselves and belief in our execution. So to be able to go out and do that today was great.
Chris, I know you had confidence in Mike, but was there a moment today where it really clicked? You really felt, okay, here we go.
Yeah, I think I think a couple of big moments. Just getting, moving the ball in the first drive, getting points. Obviously you want to score in the red zone. Second drive, scored the touchdown, which was awesome. And then he hit that big play to Drake, and we see that a lot in practice, a lot of those big explosives. And so for that to come to life today was huge. And then just like Kyle's big catch on the third down there at the last drive, and Drake, and all those guys, like they made really big plays, not just on first down, but when we really needed it most.
What did you think about having Zach Robinson on the sideline this week?
Zach's great, and it was cool to have his energy down there. There was great energy as a team, and I started with Raheem and all the way down, all three sides of the ball. So it was good.
I know you guys are on the offensive line. Did he talk to you at all? Just kind of adjustments or anything throughout the game?
Not as much. Like it's the same kind of operation for us on that sense. But whatever changes we needed to make, we made them, and there was good communication between everybody.